In this tutorial, we cover how to lure fish for bass using a distance casting technique. We'll first take a quick look at what distance spinners are, followed by the ideal conditions and surroundings that they are used in. We'll discuss the best methods to use them, followed by the typical tackle setups that best suit them. We'll then go over some examples on how to select the most suitable lure on the day. Let's take a look at what distance spinners are. Spinners are metal-style lures that come in various shapes, weights and colors. These style lures are ideal for distance casting for bass due to them being dense and heavy compared to other bass lure alternatives out there. This type is commonly known as a minnow-style spinner. Traditionally, spinners have been the main type of distance lure around, though increasingly there have been more and more distance lure alternatives released onto the market, such as soft plastics and weighted plugs. So which conditions and surroundings best suit the use of distance lures? These style lures are amongst the best when attempting to cast into an onshore wind blowing towards the shore, or a side wind that would otherwise cut down a cast when using a lighter lure. It's also due to these wind conditions that this style of lure is regularly used in rough surf conditions. It's also during these conditions that bass will be further out in slightly deeper water, meaning longer casts could be more effective. The same can even apply when the weather is the extreme opposite. With clear bright skies on venues where the water color is very clear, bass will again likely be a little further out. Distance lures also come into their own when you are fishing very shallow water, or casting towards a known distant feature. So which methods best suit distance lures? As many of these style of lures, such as the minnows and wedges, lack as much visual action or noise attraction compared to other types of lure, it stands to reason to get the most out of them by covering as much ground as possible, using solidly long casts to create long retrieves. As ever, finding features to cast over or near to is a key factor. Such features include areas of rocky ground holding crustaceans, small fish and other favorite prey of the bass. Also, don't forget those gullies and depressions that bass will visit, as well as the weed beds where the strands of weed only grow to a short length of less than 2 feet or so. The reason why the weed bed should be shorter is down to the fact that spinners are a type of sinking lure. As a result, they naturally drop lower in the water when idle, and rise higher in the water on retrieve. Thicker weed beds, or weed beds containing longer strands, will be a snag point for this style of lure, as will heavy clumps of free-floating weed. Be sure to cast over areas with minimum weed, which also stands up vertically as it's covered by the tide. Even with low-lying rough ground of any kind, your lure will snag if it's not kept high up enough in the water. Avoiding casting into overly shallow water over these areas will also reduce the risk of snags. Generally speaking, varying your rate of retrieve is a good tactic to use. Stopping the retrieve momentarily can cause the lure to drop, often inducing a bite as you begin reeling again. Just be sure to only do this over suitable ground. To help keep your lure clear from snags, you can hold the rod tip high, which helps hold the lure higher up in the water. The same can be said for reeling at a faster rate, which keeps the lure sitting more shallow. Reeling as soon as the lure hits the water upon casting also helps to keep the lure high. So what would be the ideal tackle setup when distance spinning? A light to medium style spinning rod that casts between 10 to 30 grams will suit most scenarios, and that includes when spinning at distance. Typically on this style of rod, you'll be casting spinners of around 30 grams or over, pushing them to their upper limit. The reel should be a fixed spool of sensible size to match the rod, around a 3000. For mainline use, either 12 pounds mono or braid can be used between 15 to 20 pounds breaking strain. A fluorocarbon casting leader should also be used to add stealth and act as a rubbing leader. This should ideally match the breaking strain of your main line, though if using a stronger braid, consider dropping the leader strength to say a max of 15 pounds to keep the diameter low. If looking to cast slightly beefier spinners of a heavier weight, you always have options when it comes to spinning rods. One example being rods that cast between 12 to 46 grams. This is the equivalent to casting over 1.5 ounces. For the heavier style wedge spinners, These will require a heavy style spinning rod, or even a bass rod. These wedges can be as heavy as 4 ounces in weight, so are more suited for limited casting in the conditions that demand heavier casting, such as strong winds. The reel and mainline setup would largely be the same, but scaling up the strength of your fluorocarbon casting leader would be a must. 40 pounds breaking strain would be required for a 4-ounce wedge. A good guide to use is 10 pounds of breaking strain for every ounce of weight you wish to cast. So what lure should we look to choose on the day? In moderate onshore winds or side winds, and moderate surf conditions, the minnow-style spinners should be ample enough to punch the distance. Be aware that these style lures lack any real added audio attraction. Increasingly, there are more long-range lure options appearing on the market, including weighted-style long-range plugs such as these that contain ball bearings inside. This helps provide effective audio attraction, as well as visual. No matter which style of lure you choose, color choice will follow the same principle, with darker lures casting a better silhouette in lower light conditions, such as dawn and dusk, and reflective lures being more suitable for brighter sunny conditions with some clarity in the water. More brightly luminous colored lures, such as red, yellow, or green colors, can show up better if fishing in water that is carrying a little color due to sediment. As mentioned, wedge-style lures will give the extra punch needed in particularly windy conditions, or when particularly long casts are needed. Be sure to only use them with a heavy enough setup. Want to know how to use surface lures to target bass? Check out the video link that's about to show here. There's also a video that covers how to use soft plastics for targeting bass in heavily weedy or rocky areas such as shallow reef ground. We also have included a video that covers the best tides and weather conditions for bass, provided in the video that covers targeting bass from shallow beaches. Don't forget to hit subscribe to stay notified of any new videos. See you again soon.